Americans are feeling the financial pinch of Trump's Iran war, with midterm elections now looming in November. The pain is sharpest at the gas pump, where prices have hit $4.20 a gallon, up more than $1 since the war began, piling pressure on Trump to end the conflict. Other parts of the world, especially Asia, are even more reliant on the Strait of Hormuz, through which a fifth of the world's crude flows. Trump announced a U.S. blockade of the Strait of Hormuz on Sunday as the war spiraled after Vice President J.D. Vance's negotiations with Iranians in Pakistan failed to yield any agreement by Tehran to abandon its nuclear ambitions. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent had previously warned Trump about the vulnerability of Asia and Europe to the war's economic fallout, The Wall Street Journal reported. Trump was far from reassuring when Fox News anchor Maria Bartiromo pressed him on whether gas prices would fall before the midterms. "It could be the same or maybe a little bit higher, but it should be around the same," Trump told Bartiromo on Sunday. Trump told Bartiromo he did not think the war would last much longer and that Iran was wiped out, before rounding on U.S. media outlets for highlighting how wonderful Iran is doing militarily. White House spokesman Kush Desai said that Trump has been clear about short-term disruptions from the war, and the administration has been diligently working with the private sector to mitigate these disruptions. Daily Mail's exclusive polling conducted last week shows that Trump's approval rating has dropped 3 points, according to a poll, as voters remain wary of the Iran war. The survey, by the Daily Mail and JL Partners of more than 1,000 registered voters on Wednesday, found that Trump's approval rating stands at 43%, a drop from the last survey in late March, which had his approval rating at 46%. The margin of error is 3.1%. The results came after Trump announced a 2-week ceasefire with Iran after threatening to annihilate the country in a devastating bombing campaign targeting its infrastructure. In mid-March, Trump hit an all-time low approval rating of just 42%. The latest results show the president is at the second lowest approval rating of his second term. Inflation and the cost of living remain voters' primary source of displeasure with the president, with 43% citing it as the main reason they disapprove of Trump. Face-to-face talks between American and Iranian representatives in Pakistan about the end of the war were cut earlier on Sunday after 21 hours, leaving a fragile 2-week ceasefire in doubt. U.S. officials said the negotiations collapsed over what they described as Iran's refusal to commit to abandoning a path to a nuclear weapon, while Iranian officials blamed Washington for the breakdown of the talks without specifying the sticking points. In a Truth Social post published Sunday morning, Trump wrote that all 3 U.S. representatives, Vance, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, as all of this time went by, became, not surprisingly, very friendly and respectful of Iran's representatives, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, Abbas Araghchi, and Ali Bagheri. However, Trump also noted that the niceties don't matter because they were very unyielding as to the single most important issue and, as I have always said, right from the beginning, and many years ago, Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. Neither side indicated what will happen after the 14-day ceasefire expires on April 22. Pakistani mediators urged all parties to maintain it. Trump announced the U.S. will blockade the Strait of Hormuz earlier on Sunday morning after peace talks with Iran collapsed. Effective immediately, the United States Navy, the finest in the world, will begin the process of blockading any and all ships trying to enter, or leave, the Strait of Hormuz, Trump posted on Truth Social on Sunday. The president said that Iran was unwilling to give up its nuclear ambitions as Vice President J.D. Vance returned from peace talks in Pakistan empty-handed. "I have also instructed our Navy to seek and interdict every vessel in international waters that has paid a toll to Iran," Trump added. "No one who pays an illegal toll will have safe passage on the high seas. Any Iranian who fires at us, or at peaceful vessels, will be blown to hell," Trump said.